Hello everyone, and welcome back to Evoland 2, where we have 3 more puzzles to do. Hello my friends, it's always a pleasure that I explain to you a classic painting. You want a learning? Thank you my friends. Painting a Classica. To complete the painting, move the colors so that no color appears twice on the same line or column. The colors marked with a dot cannot be moved. Great, it's Sudoku. I hate Sudoku. Alright then. So, let's try and figure this out. So we've got red, yellow, red, then green, purple, and then blue. So those ones have to stay in the same area. So this is Sudoku we have to consider. There's, what, 5 colors? I mean, I guess it's not really Sudoku because there's 5 colors, but still. It's something similar to Sudoku. You can't have the same color in this area, the same 4 colors in this area. You can't have the same 4 colors in this line. You can't have the same 4 colors in this line. So since we have yellow and red, we already know that these yellow and red blocks cannot be moved. They need to be moved. We have purple down here, so we know that this line can't be purple at all, because purple is locked here. Blue cannot be here at all, because of the fact that blue is there. Which really just leaves us with the colors purple and green. So let's go ahead and start with that. So now in this quadrant, we have blue, 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 and purple. We know that green and purple cannot be in those 2 lines. So blue is going to be in one of these 2 lines, but it can't be in both. Blue is here. Let's see. So yellow can't be here. Yellow can't be in this line, so yellow must be in that line. Red can't be in that line, so I'm going to guess that that's the blue. Green, I'm assuming I have these 2 in the right order, but I don't know if I do. Something like that, I think. Let's see. So red, well, blue can't be in 2 places. So it could be something, see, this line is blue, so it can't be blue either. So that needs to move up. I guess maybe they can be in the same quadrant as like the same area here, as long as they're not in the same line. Horizontally or vertically is my guess. So we do have 2 reds that are out of place, and we have 2 greens that are likely out of place, assuming that everything else is correct. Well, we do have green here, so green can't be there. I bet you if I swap those 2, I get the answer right. There you go. Whew. Bravissimo! You are deserving the credits of painting a Classica. Whew. That was not easy. Hello there. I am the new Cryptographer for the Council of Traders. They requested that I devise a new encryption system to secure trade. I finally developed a system that's uncrackable. Would you like to put it to the test? Terrific! If you manage to bypass my system, I will award you credit for cryptography. Number 2, Cipher. Out of the 4 symbols, which one completes the series of symbols? Let's see, what do we have here? So we have a whole bunch of dots, a circle and a dot, bunch of lines with a couple of dots, a circle with a couple of lines and a dot. Oh, these are the selections. Never mind, I'm looking at the thing wrong. So we got square, that goes square to a dot, and then the square breaks up to be a dot, and then it kind of squishes in and becomes a square with some lines, and that square breaks up and it rotates. Da frick. What? Well, it's probably not the one on the far right, because that's too similar to the fifth or the fourth rune. Based off the way things are forming, it's probably not the second rune, or this one. It's probably not that one. I'm looking from right to left for some reason. It's probably not this one because that's similar to the fourth rune there. It's probably not this one because of the way that the dots are forming. If you notice, you've got the one, the square, you've got the square with a dot, you've got the broken square that has a dot, then it goes to 2 dots and then 3 dots. The likeliest choice would be that it starts out at 0, goes to 1, then to 2, then to 3, then to 4, but there is no 4. There is, however, a 5. 5 with a square. And if you were to move the 2 lines from the top into the bottom, you would get this rune. I think that's the answer. You've got the square, it becomes a square with a dot. The dot breaks off from the square, and so then the lines move. The line moves up to the dot and over to the dot, and then those move in. Yeah, okay. I get that. I wish I could, like, show you how I'm, like, figuring this out. But I don't... I have to tell it to you because I can't, like, draw it on the screen. But from there, it then breaks apart in again, where the pieces move and you get the 3 dots. If you then take the 2 lines from the 5th rune and you move them down into the bottom to make the square, you would be left with 5 dots at the top. Or around the edge. I don't know how I figured that out. I have no flipping clue. I don't know. What? You found it? Now I have to start again from square one. Leave me! Oh, yes, you have your credits. My brain hurts. My brain hurts. These puzzles. The library holds so many books, it all must be sorted meticulously. I am in charge of the archives, but because such a collection can't be perfectly sorted, I bear the title of an archivist. It's a little joke dating back to the Imperial era. At any rate, I have a tidying-related conundrum that has me at my wit's end. I haven't slept for 3 nights now. Would you like to give it a try? Alright, let's do it. Number 8, the obsessive sort. one of the books in the library is not in its place. Can you spot which one? Oh, this one is so easy, actually. So, look at the bookshelves. Okay? Look at the bookshelves. If you look at the top row, you'll notice that every single book on the top row has something in common. The top row has one line at the top and 3 lines at the bottom. If we then look down a row to the middle row, you'll notice that every single book on this row has 2 lines at the top and 2 lines at the bottom. If we then go down another row, you'll notice that every book on this shelf has 3 lines at the top and 1 on the bottom. Or do they? There's a book that has 2 lines on the top and 2 lines on the bottom. That one's so easy. Indeed! The label on this book is framed by 2 horizontal strips at the top and bottom. It should be on the second shelf. To think I hadn't noticed it. Thanks for your help. You've earned a credit in archival studies. Oh, dear me, we have this book in triplicate. Here, take it. We're short on space anyway. You got 50 drinking games, a book not everyone should read. Well, I got a book for the kids. I don't think this is a book that kids should be reading. But, oh well. It is the book that I obtained, so there's that. We have all 8. So, are your studies progressing well? Well, congratulations! You finished all your courses. This calls for an extra reward. Here you go. Collectible star! Yay! Now we can find out about the Magi list. Alright, now on to my teaching. What would you like to know? The Magi. The Magi are a people, or rather a civilization, that peaked more than 2,500 years ago, while the world was largely underwater. According to the legend, they possessed magical powers beyond anything else in history. Some even say they could manipulate time itself. But these are most likely the exaggerated explanations of contemporaneous peoples to account for strange phenomena after the fact. Nevertheless, after dominating the era in which they lived, they completely vanished 2,000 years ago. All they left behind were a few ruins and many unsolved mysteries. What would you like to know? Magi lists. Disappearance of the Magi. Surely it's the greatest riddle ever put forth. Why would a civilization as powerful as the Magi vanish from the face of the earth 2,000 years ago, and without a trace, or practically none? Even after years of research, I must admit I haven't the foggiest idea. Let's learn about the Magilus. What are commonly called Magilus are in fact the most famous relic of the Magi civilization. While somewhat rare, they are evenly spread out throughout various continents. It is not precisely known what purpose they served. Deciphered writings refer to a road or path, but where does it lead? Incidentally, it was while searching for a Magi list that my former professor, also a great expert on the Magi, met her end. Quite a sad story, really. What would you like to know? Let's find out about your professor. My old professor was a leading Magi expert. Her entire life was devoted to figuring out why they had disappeared. I recall she was particularly interested in the Magi lists. She thought the stones contained a power that, once triggered, would enable her to learn more about the Magi. She discovered a Magi list that she believed she could activate with the Stone of Time. Sadly, she was captured by the pirates that live on the island at the time. No one ever found a trace of her. That was on Magi Isle, the one people now call the Cursed Isle. What would you like to know? The Stone of Time. The Stone of Time is quite a legend in itself. It has some connection with the Magi list, but I do know more than that. The item predates the Magi by many years, so long in fact that no one remembers when or why it was created. I'm not even sure if the stone really exists. The only direct reference I was able to identify is in the archives of the Demonian royal family, which I was lucky enough to visit. The Stone of Time is evidently a large round stone, black, with an eye engraved in its center. Interestingly, the eye resembles that used by the Prophet. A bizarre coincidence if you ask me, but I'm hardly concerned with the outside world. A story about Magi Island. Magi Island. Magi Island is located far to the east. Sorry, I had to take a drink because doing this voice is rough. And can only be reached by boat from Sarah Harbor. Its name comes from the Magi ruins found there. Pirates made it their home only to be mysteriously driven out later. Whatever the cause may be, or whatever the case may be, fishermen still refuse to set foot there. They believe the island is cursed, and so has its name become Cursed Isle. Quite the ghost story, as if they even existed. To get to Magi Isle, you'll need a boat. Keep in mind that only a member of the Council of Traders can provide you with a passive safe conduit. Well, I guess that's all the information he has for us. Okay, so now we gotta go talk to a trader. Before that, let's head back to the inn, because we did promise the kids to get them a book. It's really not the best book for them, but what can be done? 50 drinking games to the kids. Oh, he brought us a book. Let's see here. 50 drinking games? You'd give this to some innocent girls? But again, it'll come in handy when we're older. You basically kept your promise. So here, this is for you. Yay, collectible star. You don't know it, but every time I get a collectible star, I do the like holding the hand up in the air and motion. Careful not to lose the key. You have nothing important to say. I didn't even talk to you, Mimi. Talk to Ribbon. We can trust you, I hope. Yeah. Trust me? I mean, I did do the thing already, so I don't really know that you need to worry about trusting me at this point, because your trust in me has been proven. Something like that. I know the words I'm trying to say. Alright, let's check in here. Maybe there's a dude here I can talk to. Nobody. I'd rather eat here than in the tavern. That way, I save up money to buy myself a meal at McDonald's every once in a while. Makes me drool just thinking about it. I don't know what kind of voice that was. This guy's asleep. No, don't take. In the bureau. Eh? That's something I should know about. Let me check my walkthrough here real fast. Just in case it's like a collectible thing that I should be aware of. No. Okay. Alright. So, if there is something collectible, it's not something that's listed. In fact, the walkthrough ended the Genova section right there when I got the collectible star. So, apparently hanging around here is useless, so we will move on to where the walkthrough tells me to go next, because I honestly would have wandered around looking for somebody to help me out. But I guess that's not the case. So we did find out about the Prophet. So he uses the eye. And there is a pyramid. I think one of the NPCs would have mentioned it. But there's a pyramid over here. Ooh. I see an eye. A small stone with an eye, black stone. Well, more purple than it is black, but the Great Destroyer shall punish you all! Me! What did I do to deserve such missiles? Me! Well, will no one open this for me? We sent someone venerable prophet. How dare you make me languish here? Finally! One of these days I'll have to change that mechanism. That's the surest way to protect my very precious stone of time. Yes, my precious. Alright. Yep. Definitely the stone of time. It's funny, this looks like Oricon ore, but there's no collectibles listed, and it looks like I can't do anything with it, so sucks. Entrance to the Great Pyramid is restricted. Only the Prophet and the eldest disciples may go in. And there's no point in searching for the key. The door only opens from the inside. Which can be problematic at times, actually. Just the other day, the Prophet was locked out because of a sudden draft. It took a whole week to force the door open, and then it had to be replaced. The Prophet proclaimed drafts to be a sign of the world's annihilation. Great Destroyer is coming. See that beautiful pyramid? We're the ones who built it. It required lots of hard work. But when water covers everything, we'll be able to take shelter in there. Still, a slight detail has been niggling me. Do you think it'll float? It won't float. I think that's the point. I came here to become a disciple. But novice training is really difficult. You have to master quite a few skills. But shall make it. Oh really? Let's look into this novice training then. I want to be a disciple so I can get in there. Get my stone of time. And number 5 has always intrigued me. I mean, really, it's a special number, don't you think? It pops up everywhere. The story of the 5 little pigs. The tale of the 5 musketeers. And of course, the 5 keys to be collected by the Great Destroyer before annihilating the world. The strangest strange can be. Why 5? Oh my! 5 keys that are needed for the Great Destroyer to annihilate the world! Well then, maybe we should find these 5 keys before the Great Destroyer does. I've always dreamed of touching the Stone of Time. Only the Prophet has this honor. Our greatest treasure kept safely atop the pyramid. Do you think that by touching, one can communicate with the Great Destroyer? Can't break the pots. Yo! I want to be a novice. You want to take the novice test? Fine. Listen carefully to my question and choose the correct answer. The Great Disaster was the first omen of the world's annihilation. What will the second be? Plague of locusts, flood, global warming, bird flu. Well, we know global warming already happened, according to Fina at the beginning. We have heard actually quite a bit in this area about water. Yes, exactly. That's why we built the pyramid. That way, we'll all be able to survive when water covers the world. Your novice training isn't over yet. Speak to the other professor to complete the test. Do you want to take the novice test? Fine. Listen carefully to my question and choose the correct answer. Before destroying the world, the Great Destroyer must first do something. What is it? Grind to level 70, reach a power level of 9,000, collect the 5 keys, go to the bathroom. Well, that dude there said that 5 was a number. The 5 keys that the Great Destroyer had to obtain to bring about the annihilation of the world. So must we collect the 5 keys? Yes, that's it. There's surely a hidden meaning to the keys, but the Prophet is unequivocal when it comes to the number 5. Your novice training isn't over yet. Speak to the other professors. Do you want to take the novice test? Fine. The Great Eye symbolizes the Great Destroyer. It is etched into our most precious treasure. What is this treasure? The Triforce! A walnut mushroom, Excalibur, and the precious, the Stone of Time. Hold on! Indeed, the Stone of Time is kept at the very top of the pyramid. Yes, Prophet discovered it near the Smug shortly after the Great Disaster. Congratulations! You passed the novice test. But that's only the first step. To become a disciple, you need to go to the Windy Valley and then climb Mount Alpha. Top Mount Alpha, you'll have to spend an entire day meditating before our symbol, the Great Eye. Only then will you be ready to become a disciple. Alright, well then, I guess we're headed off to the Windy Valley. And we will do that in the next episode. So I hope you have been enjoying Evoland 2 so far. And I will see you all in the next video. See you later.